Hi, friends, and welcome to this lesson. Now, we've been learning a lot of things about written communication, and one of the best ways to learn to write is to write. One of the best ways to learn to speak is to speak. One of the best ways to learn to swim is to swim. One of the best ways to learn how to do anything is to do that thing. But how do you do that thing? Now, my dear friends, if you repeat the same mistake 100 times, it does not become correct. In fact, it solidifies so much that then it's very difficult for you. It becomes very difficult for you to unlearn to make that mistake and to learn to do things in the right manner. This is also the problem that we face in all things which require execution. So, writing also requires execution. Why I have been giving you a lot of lessons on the foundational aspects of writing is because that is how you would be able to remove the roadblocks. Remove old ways of doing things. Everything is a process, so is writing. So, if you follow the correct process, see, if you have to make coffee, if you have to make an omelette, if you have to make a biryani, if you have to make a chicken curry, if you have to make a gulab jamun, if you have to make a pudding, if you have to make anything, you have to follow a process. So, if you do not follow the process, you are not going to get the right product. So, my dear friends, speaking, writing, listening, reading are all process oriented. If you get the process right, it's not about you doing something wrong and somebody else doing something right. It's only about knowing and following a process. So, if you think you are less than anybody or somebody else is more than you, that is no. There's no comparison. If somebody is able to write better than you, so that does not mean you are lesser than him or her in any manner. What it simply means is that that person has spent a little more time with the correct process and has learnt it a little better, and you can also do the same thing. So there's nothing that can stop you from being able to do what others are doing. And why do you need to think about what others are doing? You need to create your own style, your own way of doing things. And friends, writing or speaking or doing anything else, it begins here in the mind. If you are able to think things out clearly, if you are able to think powerfully, then I have absolutely no doubt that whatever you are going to produce in terms of speech, in terms of writing, is going to be logical, is going to be strong, and it's going to be powerful. So, friends, before you develop a speaking style, before you develop a writing style, before you develop a style of behaving, that style has to be produced here. So, whatever you can produce here, you can then fight to capture that in writing, in speech. A painter will capture it in a painting on a canvas. A singer will capture it in his sur. notes. A music composer will capture it in his melody. A great chef, or even a homemakers are great chefs, would capture it in his or her cooking. So all of us capture what we have here in what we do. Remember this. This is a very, very strong thing I am telling you. Every action of yours is born here. Every action of yours gets its power from here. So if you are not thinking powerfully, then my dear friend, no matter how many courses you take, no matter how much money you spend, it's all going to remain where it is. It's not going to go anywhere. So I know thinking is the most important thing. That is why in my courses I talk about it. Let's go ahead. So my dear friends, I've got this assignment 2 for you, and I've got this link here, this bit.ly link. So if you type this link in your browser, press enter, you will go to my Google Drive and you will be able to download this assignment document. So this is for you. You can download this document and then you can get down to doing this assignment. Let me now explain to you step by step what this assignment exactly is. So my dear friends, in this assignment, you have to read the paragraph given below, alright, in the assignment, and make sentences with the underlined words after writing down their meaning. So this assignment is related to something called coaching. Let me read out the paragraph, the short paragraph that we have. A one-to-one relationship that aims to bring about individual learning and performance improvement, usually focusing on achieving predefined objectives within a specific time period. So this is the definition of coaching. What is coaching? It's a one-to-one relationship. Now today you are watching this lesson sitting at your home, sitting in your office, sitting in your car, sitting in the garden, sitting on the beach, sitting on the mountain, wherever. I am here in my home studio and I am speaking to you. And this is a one-on-one, a one-to-one. So I am speaking individually to you. So this is coaching. What is this thing aimed at? So this is to bring about individual learning for the individual who engages in it. And learning, my friends, is meaningless if it does not bring about performance improvement. If my performance does not improve through learning, what have I learned? Nothing. Usually focusing on achieving predefined objectives within a specific time period. So if we look at the written English mastery course, then the predefined objective was to learn how to write well, and specific time duration 50 days, 50. The role of the coach is to create a supportive environment. So that's my role, in which to challenge and develop the critical thinking skills. My dear friends, that's exactly what I try to do. I try to challenge you. I try to develop your critical thinking skills, ideas and behaviors of the person being coached, so that they might reach their full potential. So if you look at this definition, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Alright, so now you've Heard the paragraph. Now let's go to the difficult words or related terms. So, mentoring, relationship, performance, predefined, specific, supportive, challenge, critical thinking, skills, and potential. So, these are the words. If you don't know the meaning of some of them, go do some research, find out. Don't take the easy way out. Before you go and find out, try to look at the context in which it is used in this paragraph, the short paragraph, and from that try to get a feel of the meaning, and then you can go and look for the meaning. So then that will be a good thing, that will be a good way of doing it. So the next thing is you are going to make these sentences. After that, what do you do, friends? Now comes the real challenge. So I'm trying to challenge your critical thinking, your creative skills also. So now create a paragraph using the above words. You can use the words in any order. Alright, these words can be used in any order. Any word can be used any number of times. But each word must be used at least once. Use each word at least once. You can use them in any order, and you can use a word any number of times. So that's the freedom you have. So friends, now you've got to create a 150 word paragraph. It can be a little longer if you wish. 150 words means 10 to 15 sentences. Shorter sentences 15, longer sentences maybe 10-12 sentences. That means 2-3 sentences define, 5-6 sentences refine, another 2-3 sentences confine. Alright, now when you create this paragraph, think about the various types of paragraphs that we have discussed in written English. If there is need, go back to those lessons and try to again see what kind of paragraphs they were. So this is practice, this will make you perfect. Now, what is the last thing that you need to do? So friends, once you have created your paragraph, so you can do it in your diary, you can do it anywhere you want, but then put it on in the form of a Word file. On top of the Word file, write your name, phone number, mail ID, and mail it to me. Friends, because there are too many joinings taking place across several courses, I do not know whether I would have the time to critique each paragraph, but I would try to. So I am promising you that I would try my level best to critique your paragraph. Alright, to give you feedback on your paragraph. But I am not saying it will happen the day you send it or it will happen immediately. Alright, because I am a little pressed for time. Now I am trying to get some people on board who would help me with all these things. So then things will become better for you. Alright, so friends, welcome to assignment number 2. I look forward to your paragraphs. Even if I am not able to give you objective feedback immediately, I'll read each one of them. That is pakka. I am very quick at reading. Because feedback requires a bit of time, after I read, I need to think about it. Then I need to structure my thoughts. Then I need to write them down. So it takes longer. That is why I am saying. But reading, I'll certainly do. Alright, and I'll try to help you as much as possible. Keep writing. Alright, keep learning, keep writing, keep expressing. Alright friends, thank you very much for watching this lesson. I'll see you in the next. All the best till then.